Let's talk about after-death care. As we continue to learn about end-of-life care and advanced care planning, you should become aware of the respectful care typically provided for a body after death. First, if you have not already watched it, do watch the video of a mother singing to her child as she lay dying. This should help you to explore the emotions of your own heart. Allow yourself to feel in the moment. As a chaplain, you must be comfortable going into these deeply shared emotions. It is part of the loving care we bring. Are you capable of providing spiritual support and comfort while standing in the middle of someone else's intense grief? We have talked much about getting out of your head, informational, and moving down into the heartfelt emotions you share in empathy. This is chaplaincy, and in order to accomplish it well, your journey must be transformational. This is not only transformational for them, but for you as well. The CPE journey is more about you than about the people you serve. Who will you become? How will you respond? What will you do? This is why self-reflection is so important. As you watch the suggested video, pay attention to how your emotions respond to what you see and hear. Reflect on this. Death is a serious subject, and you are there to help them in their spiritual distress. When staff cares for a body, there are delicate and important things to do after a person dies. This may be complicated by the grieving family who must be given space to grieve. The body must always be treated with the greatest respect. If you are up for a late date night movie with a friend or spouse, consider a movie night suggestion. If you can handle a movie with English subtitles, watch the Japanese movie called Departures. It is a wonderful depiction of after-death body care through the eyes of a different culture from our own. Like in the movie, family members may want to linger after their loved one dies. They will want to say goodbye. Well, we must respect their needs and sit quietly with them as long as they need. Children will be curious about the body and may have difficulty understanding death. It will be hard for children to come to grips with it and with watching their parents and siblings struggle with grief. The family will, in most cases, want to see the body of their loved one. If a person died in a traumatic accident, the chaplain may be responsible to help prepare the family for what they are about to see. Stay with them and walk alongside them as they view the body. To preserve the body's appearance for funeral preparation, care after death should take place within 2 hours. Often, after the body dies, nursing staff will care for the body in such a way to prepare the body for viewing by the family. In some cases, the family watches, or they even sometimes help. The body may be turned on its back, limbs straightened, arms folded over the chest, a pillow placed under the head, and possibly a sheet or blanket covering the body. IVs and tubes will be removed or tied off. Eyes will be closed with light pressure. Mouth may be cleaned and hair tidied up. A rolled up towel may be placed under the chin to keep the mouth from staying open. Jewelry removed and given to the family. When the family is ready, the funeral home will be notified to come and pick up the body for transport. It will be placed in a shroud for this purpose. Consider these things as they are done in our culture and compare this to what you see when you watch the recommended movie Departures. And now comes the all-important family care. It is not unusual for family to assist with preparing the body for transportation and burial. Let them help. Not many years ago, this was the responsibility of the family to do. If the chaplain has conducted a good spiritual assessment, the religious and ritual needs of the family will have been identified. Ritual is important, and there are many things the chaplain might do as appropriate to each family's unique desires and needs. Families are often confused about what to do and when. They do not know when it's appropriate to say goodbye, or say a prayer, or touch the body, or even leave the room. A chaplain will help them through all these things, and this is where exercising pastoral authority in a kind and gentle way can be very helpful to them. Usually, we ask questions and listen, but here they will need your guidance and direction. Chaplains will provide information about the funeral home and mortuary. Perhaps a checklist of things to do might be provided as well. You will do well as you learn to build a community of relationships around your ministry, to develop a relationship with a local funeral home. Ask them for resources and checklists you may find useful for your clients. At each step in the journey, a chaplain should be present for those who need support. Often, the family pastor will take over after they leave the hospital, but the chaplain should be prepared for ongoing family care in the event there is no spiritual leader for the family to lean on. Chaplains are often called upon to conduct the funeral. Be ready. I say again, ritual is important in every setting when hurting people need to grieve. Be willing to conduct a service or ritual in whatever setting you may be in. There are many settings in which a special service or ceremony can be helpful. For example, in a nursing home, the residents will benefit from attending a funeral service for their friend. It gives them an opportunity for healing. Now, they will not be able to attend the actual funeral, and this service at the facility has great meaning for them. In a jail or prison setting, the incarcerated will not be able to attend the funeral. A service of some kind during chapel will help them deal with the death. Finally is the importance of follow-up. So often, a person has not communicated their end-of-life wishes to family and the survivors. They just simply do not know what to do. They will need guidance and help to make decisions. How do they make funeral arrangements? Should it be announced? Will there be a graveside service? What about cremation? Will a memorial or visitation take place before the service? Will it be done in a church or at a funeral home? Families will be ill-prepared to deal with this, and the chaplain should be familiar with options in their community. Guide the family, help them make decisions. Now, the After Death Checklist by 7 Ponds is a must for your resource folder. You can find it at 7ponds.com. You should download a copy for your files. According to this list, after death, 1, provide immediate help to the family and friends of the deceased. Know what to do when someone dies and what must be taken care of immediately. 2, be sure you have all the personal information you need for appropriate follow-up and ongoing assistance. 3, do you know who will make decisions? Will a spouse or next of kin, someone else? Are there advanced care directives in place? 4, what important documents are going to be needed? Where are they kept? Who will compile these documents? 5, make a list of all the family and friends you may need to contact and reach out to each one. 6, are there dependents who need your immediate attention and help? What will you do to help them? 7, which authorities might you need to contact for the family? Hospital, skilled or assisted living facility, state or hospice? Do you know the cause of death so that can be communicated if needed to the appropriate people? 8, will a DNA sample be required? If so, how will you handle this with the family? And 9, is the person an organ donor? Is it verified on their driver's license? Who should then be contacted if they are? And finally, 10, How should the body or the cremated ashes be transported? Who will do it? There is so much more, but you get the idea. We chaplains should be able to do more than mill around in confusion like everyone else. You should be able to exercise pastoral care and pastoral authority, giving clear direction and encouragement as needed, and if possible, simply offer support to their own pastor or spiritual leader and allow them to take the lead. But be willing to help them as needed. Perhaps they do not know what to do, and you can offer some friendly guidance. In closing, a life-threatening illness, a terminal diagnosis, the process of death and dying are difficult topics. People will experience numerous spiritual, religious, existential, and emotional distress. How they are addressed and supported impacts not only the immediate experience of the person who is diagnosed and dying, but their loved ones as well. By becoming more familiar with the physical process of dying and care provided after death for the body, you will become an effective pastoral presence. You must help people with the emotional and spiritual issues surrounding news of a terminal diagnosis or death. Be familiar with the importance of advanced care planning and documents. Be prepared for the inevitable conflicts that may transpire throughout the process, and know the steps involved after a death has occurred. Connect with other religious, spiritual, or faith leaders in your community so you can build the bridge for effective spiritual care for people of other faiths than your own. It is an ongoing journey of education, experience, and reflection. There is much for you to learn, and most of your learning will come from experience, action, and reflection. Continue to be willing to make the incredible, long, and arduous journey from your head to your heart. Blessings.